Hello everybody, welcome back to this episode, and today's video I'm going to teach you guys what are strings in Python and what is indexing. Okay, so we have a very cool animation right over here, so don't skip any part of the video. It's gonna be very interesting for you to understand and actually analyze. Like, it's so worth seeing this video. So let me start by showing you some words here. You see the description, connect, vixen, clean, field, closing, and there are so many words right over here. But for Python, these are not words. For Python, instead, we have this thing. For Python, word is actually is equal to a string. For example, like is equal to like, but in apostrophes. So you can understand from it that if you simply write a word, Python does not understand that. For Python to understand that it is a word, I need to write the word like as something, as you can see at the right side. But what is a string? That is the question. You see here, I'm going to explain you string. A string in Python is a sequence of characters, but there is a criteria. They should be enclosed in apostrophes or quotation marks. Now, if you don't know what are they are apostrophes, something like this thing, okay, these two lines as you can see, and quotation marks are simply double of them. So how do you get quotation marks? Simply press shift and the apostrophe key and you're going to get those quotation marks. Let me test you out. You see that this word Roblox, this is a word. So is it a string? The answer is no. Why? Because it does not have those quotation mark or apostrophes. Instead, if I write it something like this is a string. Why? Because it is enclosed in those apostrophes. Now I have a question for you guys. These three paragraphs have words. We have three set of words here, three set of list of words. So the first one have apostrophe, the second one have quotation, and the third one have nothing. I'm giving you 5 seconds. Tell me which of these three paragraphs are actually string. Your time starts now. You see, I know you might have guessed that already because it was so easy. Apostrophes and quotation marks, they are string, but those with no apostrophes, no quotation marks are not string. Why? Because they are simply words and Python cannot understand them. Now let's see. A string is a set of characters but can also be the only character. For example, laptop is a string but it is not a character. While capital A, it is a string, it is a character itself. So what a character is actually? Character denotes a letter, a number, or a special character. For example, laptop has 6 characters, so LAPTOP. It's 6. YouTube has 7. YOUTUBE. King1234 has 8 characters. You see, even though I write a number, it is still a character that does not change any of its value. As for the last one, capital A has 1 character. In fact, it is simply a character. Alright. Now, you see that Python does not store a string as a word, but Python does store a string as a set of characters. So you might have understood this because in the previous 1 minute I showed you guys how can we say that it is a string. Alright, the string is a set of characters. This is very important. Let's talk about indexing. Each character can be individually accessed using its location in the word's so-called index. We have two types of index: forward indexing and backward indexing. Let's start off with the forward indexing. You see here I have a small variable, small letter a, and that's a variable, and it stores the word laptop. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand this word laptop and then I'm going to add a table like this. You see that the first L have 0, then A have 1, P 2, T 3, 0, O 4, and P as 5, and this is called forward indexing. Alright, so what happens is in the variable a, the letter capital T is stored in the number 3. Alright, so it has this particular position in a particular word. Similarly, the first P is stored in 2 while the second P is stored in 5. Now there should be a way, there should be a command to access these particular letters. For example, I just needed L or A or P or something. I just needed that particular character or a set of character from the variable. For that we are going to use this formula. A bracket open, bracket close, it is a square bracket, take note of that. Letter underscore index. Now letter underscore index just mean that the number 0 or the number 1, the number 2, the number 3, the number 4, the number 5 for a character. So if I write A in square bracket 0, I should get L. A in square bracket 2, I should get P. I'm going to show you right over here, something like this. So A square bracket 0 is going to give me L. A square bracket 1 is going to give me A. Till A square bracket 5 is going to give me P. Alright, so we have 2P here, A square bracket 2 and A square bracket P. Now in the second command, I see here that A square bracket letter underscore index, same as above, but we have a colon and then index underscore after the underscore letter. Now this is for a set of characters. For example, you can see here A bracket open 0:6. So what happens? It takes the letter underscore index as the first value. So what is A0? That is L. And then what is the second thing we should write after colon? Index underscore after underscore letter. So you see that P is the last letter of the word, but to get the letter P, I should not write something only like a square bracket 0:5. That is going to give me only laptop. Before getting P, I need to write the next index, which does not exist in a word, but you need to write that still. The next one we have A square bracket 0:5, that is laptop. A square bracket 1:5. So 1 is A, and then 5 before 5. Index 5, we are not going to take P, we're going to take only O, that is apto. Then A square bracket 1:1, that is nothing. So we have started with 1 and we didn't even finish at 1, so that does not count. A bracket open 1:2. Now that's a letter capital A. Alright, because we started at 1, we ended at 2. So so the second part of the command, that is 2, indicates the letter before that index. So that is 1. Alright, so it's going to give me A. One thing is very important, that A square bracket 0:90, I've written the letter 90. So 90, even if I write any number there, I'm going to get the whole word. That's very important. Just we'll check out that in this video further on. Right, so just leaving this forward indexing, let's move to backward indexing. Same table but in a different format. You see -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. You see this backward. All right, so what happens here is the same thing. We have the same formula, but you see, if I check out the first command like this, A bracket -1 is going to give me P, A bracket -2 is going to give me O, and so on till A bracket -6 is going to give me L. So you see here, what we are doing is the same thing, but we are just changing the index, and it is a reverse way. That's one other technique. I'll show you what is the use of this technique. And for the second command, we have A square bracket letter underscore index, index underscore after underscore letter. Same thing as the forward indexing, but you see here it's a bit confusing. Backward is a bit confusing, and I agree with that. A -6:-3. See, -6 is L and -3 is what? T. But what we're doing, we are not going to take the letter T, we are going to take the letter before that, P, lap. The same thing happened in forward indexing. Let's take another example. A bracket square bracket -4, so -4 is P colon -1. So -1 is P, the last P, but we're not going to take that. We're going to take the letter before that, that is O. So P T O. So -4 colon -4, nothing. We started -4, we ended at before -4. That's not possible. So it's an empty string. We have -3, so we are starting at T and then -1. So -1 is P, but we're not going to take that P. We're going to take the letter before that. All right. So now these two are okay. Backward and forward indexing are okay. But the thing is, you see the last command, A square bracket -6:6. You see that I have added a forward indexing here, actually a forward index number, that is 6. But we're learning about backward indexing. Why is there a forward index there? That's the thing I'm going to show you right now. Combination indexing. This is not in the portion, but you should understand that actually I'm combining both forward indexing and backward indexing. Same rules here, but the thing is, you see this, these are the only ways to print the whole string using indexing. All right, so if you see the second command, A square bracket 0:6 is a laptop. It's going to give me laptop. We saw it in forward indexing, but the thing is what, Here we used all forward index, but see the one above it, a square bracket minus 6 colon 6, that is laptop. But here the thing is what, we are not using all backward indexes, we are using one forward index and one backward index. So that's one drawback of backward indexing, you cannot use all backward index to get the whole word, that's near to impossible. All right, so this was a bit of animation I taught you about strings and all those stuff. Now just to wind up this video, I'm going to go to the Python compiler and just we're going to do some examples there. All right, it's going to be a very interesting thing there also, because you know you're going to get that feeling of that you have learned something. So keep on watching. So I'm using shell right over here because it's very easy to use. So and we're going to take a, let's say, machine is a good word here. Okay, see that this is a string. All right, you see this is a string, so a is equal to machine. So first of all, we are going to memorize some, we are going to recall something which we learned right now, that is 2 ways to print a string using index. Number one was a bracket open bracket close 0 colon. Now you see here m has 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 5, this is 6. All right, so if I write here 6, I'm not going to get the whole word, I'm going to get only till here. So what I have to do is I have to write here 7 and press enter, I'm going to get machine. Okay, and the next way is what, simply keep this thing same, keep this same, just change the 0 to minus 7, sorry. All right, so one very important trick right over here, that to print the whole word using index, you know, I can simply write here a and enter, you know, that's logical, but sometimes if the question is asked like that, you know, we need to know everything. What you have to do is see the length of the word, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7, so 0 colon 7 for forward, for backward minus 7 colon 7. If you want to check, you know, if you have really long words, something like this, let me just write some random, okay, why are there spaces, let me just remove this. So this is a long word, you know, it's hard to calculate, so we have a special function len bracket open bracket close, simply a, and you're going to get the length of that 26. So what I'm going to do is a bracket open bracket close 0 colon 26, so I'm going to get that. Another way is simply change the 0 to minus 26, you're going to get the same word back. All right, now some last things, let me just create another variable, m is equal to let's say a short word, turn is a very small word, so I want the letter r from there. So what I'm going to do is m bracket open bracket close r, we're going to see its index, so t has 0, let's go right over here, t is 0, u is 1, this is 2, so m of 2, I have r. All right, similarly if I want r and n, so 2 colon, what is this, this is having index 2, this is 3, and so 3 plus 1, that is 4, so rn. All right, so I think you found these things, you know, very important, you know, it's very nice to actually read this. And one thing, how to change a word to a string, hello. Okay, so simply HELLO. How to change it to string, put apostrophes here, you see the color change from black to green. So you understand this, I hope so. Strings are made by writing a word and then adding apostrophes at the beginning and at the ending of that word. And I hope you found this video informative, and if you did, please leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel if you have not, turn on notifications, and of course I'm going to come up with the next video, which will be the part 2 on strings, so stay tuned for that. Also signing out for today, see you guys very soon. But before that, I have a question here on the screen, as you can see. If you want, you can do that and put that answer in the comment section below. Peace.